Hello everyone, Sally Ward-Foxton here with Times, reporting from Vaire HQ here in London. I'm with Rodolfo Rosini, CEO of Vaire. Welcome.
Hello.
So Rodolfo, brand new test chip, straight from the foundry, and you've powered it on and it works. Tell us about this test chip and why it's such an important thing for the company.
We have built the first reversible chip. The full name of the technology is Adiabatic reversible computing. We call it near zero energy. It's a chip that can recycle energy internally, and so thus achieving greater efficiency and better power dissipation compared to classical chips. And it works.
That's so cool. Reversible computing and adiabatic computing, these are ideas that have been around in the industry for quite a long time. Can you tell us briefly about why now is the right time to be doing this and why you're the first to actually achieve this?
Absolutely. The first description in literature is about 1961, even though there were discussion that came even before with von Neumann. I would say that if you really, someone would have wanted to solve the technology, could have done it, right, probably earlier. But really the why now, why this is important is reversible computing is really good for things that are they can be parallelized massively, right? And so, of course, AI. And of course, the other thing is the end of the node scaling and sort of the end of the slowing down of Moore's law, right? And there is a search for what are the next architecture, right? What can be quantum, of course, it's coming, but it's further in the future. And so there is a gap in about in 2030s, right? What's going to be the next big thing? There are a number of alternatives. Our belief is that reversible computing is the one, right? And with reversible computing, you have a couple of configurations, right? And the way that we build it is either you use the same energy, you start increasing compute, or you sort of have a similar compute, but you become massively energy efficient. So you can see sort of different use cases, more towards the data centers, more towards the edge, right?
Yeah.
But we have done something simpler at this point, right? So I don't want to sort of claim that we are shipping data centers yet.
Not yet. Can I press you on that a little? How long do we think before this kind of technology is commercialized?
So our plan is to bring this technology with partners, right, to market, right? It's very hard for a startup to bring technology on its own, and our interest is building to partner customers and together, right, and build the product. I would say there is a window of opportunity that opens up in 3 years from now, in about 2028, end of 2027, early 2028, where we start shipping our technology to customers, and they can package it and deploy it. So at this point, that's where you'll start to see something deployed, right? And the transition from this to deployment to scale should be fairly quick, right, at this point. So this is the timeline. So not immediately, right, but at the same time, not the timelines of usually they're associated with new architectures that tend to be a decade, right, or more.
I see. So now that you have the test chip up and running, it's working, you've got your proof point, what are the next immediate challenges in the short term for you to be working on?
Yeah, the test chip was fairly complicated on the energy recovery, but on the logic was fairly simple, right? There was a shift registry and another was to prove that beyond any doubt the technology works, right? And the next step is to move this from a simple operation to more complex operation. We can simulate the environment of what the customer is, meaning matmuls, fast Fourier transforms, and so forth, where we can actually start running workloads, or at least emulate workloads at scale, right? So you can have now there is an extrapolation of what the energy efficiency will be, and then sort of you get more and more accurate as you go along, right? But it's very promising, right? I'm genuinely excited about this.
I'm also genuinely excited about this, and not just because you're a British startup company here in London. Rodolfo, thank you so much for showing us the test chip today and for the amazing interview. If you want to find out more about Vaire and about reversible computing, check out the article on etimes.com.